This renovation, like all others presented on our channel, is supervised by the Austrian Institute for Building Insulation.
Today, another report from Puttendorf in Lower Austria, a detached house whose basement needed to be insulated. Before the basement was built, OSB boards were attached to the walls to keep out the moisture that unfortunately occurs in this area due to the high groundwater level. After the boards were removed, it turned out that this moisture was at a height of about half a meter to 1 meter. That is the first issue. The second is another problem that needs to be solved, namely that the walls were built with hollow concrete blocks. We approached this issue as follows. We removed the first 2 rows of blocks, as can be seen in the video, and filled them with a mixture of screed and NCT insulation in a ratio of 1 cubic meter to 3 bags of NCT CEM insulation. After filling these blocks, we cut a groove along the walls to extend the insulation to the foundation slab of the house. We then broke through all the partition walls, as can be seen in the video recordings. Our aim was to extend the vertical insulation throughout. We then completely filled the joint, thus creating a watertight connection between the floor and the walls. We then primed the walls with NCT crystal, filled them with a 1 centimeter layer of NCT CEM, and finally smoothed them with NCT LIME thermal insulation plaster. For those who are not familiar with our technology, we would like to remind you that our materials are water active and react with silicates such as cement, lime, and sand in walls, causing them to compact. The most important material here is NCT crystal, which penetrates the walls very quickly. For concrete walls, the speed is about 5 to 6 centimeters per year, and for brick walls, about 3 centimeters per year. These materials guarantee complete insulation effectiveness. In addition, as I mentioned earlier, there was a high groundwater level around the building. That is why we also completely insulated the floor, creating a so-called white tub to ensure that no water could penetrate the room via the floor. Once all the insulation and plastering work had been completed, we painted the walls with NCT isotherm thermal insulation paint after about 2 weeks, which protects the rooms from heat loss by reducing heat loss to the outside by more than 50%. We carefully secured the construction site. For the duration of the work, we dismantled the technical equipment in the basement and covered critical areas with plastic sheeting. After the renovation, we reinstalled everything and removed the protective covers from furniture and fittings. We also replaced missing floor tiles, parts of the domestic water and electrical installations, and similar items. All this was done to hand over clean, dry, and renovated basement rooms to our customer, exactly as he had wished. The entire renovation, that is drying, waterproofing, and repairing the damage, took about 10 days. The following problems were permanently solved in the basement: capillary rise and water that regularly rises about 10 centimeters above the foundation slab of the house. The walls and floors were completely insulated. The walls were then reinforced with our materials using mineral injection to ensure that our waterproofing penetrated effectively into the interior of the masonry walls, and to provide additional protection against water, which, as already mentioned, very often rises above the level of the foundation slab. Of course, we also thermally insulated the rooms in the basement by covering their walls with a layer of NCT isotherm thermal insulation. This repair package guarantees that there will be no problems with moisture here for decades to come. It also ensures significant savings in heating the rooms. If you are interested in purchasing our materials and services, we invite you to contact us. Below in the comments, you will find a link to the relevant form on our website. Thank you for your attention. Please like and comment. We wish you dry walls.